Many envisaged a fierce battle in the first contest of the Greater Accra Regional Qualifiers. However, St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, one-time winner of the National Science and Maths Quiz, left nothing to chance.
Presectema. Okay. Christian Methodist Senior High School. Then our last school is Presec Osu. And the National Science and Maths Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from Dano Milk and Joy News. And this is a prime time production. My name is Mrs. Gladys Shringa. I'm your quiz mistress.
In the first round, all the 5 schools performed well, but the performance of St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School surpassed all.
Find the induced EMF at the given instant t for the given time dependence of magnetic flux. Also Presec. Magnetic flux equals 7 Weber second squared over t squared at t equals 1 second.
Minus 14 volts.
That is wrong. Aquinas? Okay, go ahead, please.
14 volts.
That is correct. Express y in terms of x if Accra High log base y of the expression 2x plus 3 plus log base y times the expression 2x minus 3 equals 1.
Y equals 4x.
That is wrong. Presec.
Y equals 4x squared minus 9.
That is correct. Presectema. Log base x of the expression 2y plus 1 plus log base x of 5 equals 1.
Y is equal to x minus 5 all over 10.
That is correct. Aquinas, what name is given to the ability of an organism to imitate morphological as well as the physiological characteristics and behavior of unrelated organisms? Yes.
Mimicry.
That is correct. And this brings us to the end of
The buzzer of St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School was the only active one in the second round. They swept about 95% of the speed race questions.
The charge in Faraday that may be needed to discharge 635 grams of copper at the cathode in the electrolysis of CuSO4 solution using inert electrodes. Cu equals 63.5. St. Thomas Aquinas.
20 Faradays.
That is correct for 2 points. Find the greatest height attained above the point of projection when an object is launched vertically upward with a speed of 20 meters per second. St. Thomas Aquinas.
20 meters.
That is correct. A cube of side 0.2 meter has a mass of 40 kilogram. Find the density of the cube. Yes.
5,000 kilogram per meter cube.
That is correct. A 9.0 volt battery has an internal resistance of 0.5 ohm. Find the current supplied by the battery when a 2.5 ohm resistor is. Yes.
The current is 3.0 ampere.
That is correct. If the expression x minus 1 and the expression x plus 2 are factors of x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6, find the third factor. Yes, St. Thomas Aquinas.
The third factor is x minus 3.
That is correct. That brought us to the end of the speed race. 3 schools are going to make changes. St. Thomas Aquinas, Presec Osu, then Christian Methodist.
In the third round of the contest, the other schools joined the race again.
I'm going to give you statements, then you tell me whether the statements are true or false. Lithium hydride is ionic, true or false?
True.
That is correct. Accra High. An aqueous solution of beryllium hydride is alkaline, so BeH2 is fully ionic. True or false?
False.
That is correct. Temapresec. B2H6 is a diatomic compound.
True.
That is correct. Sodium hydride is expected to be more ionic than lithium hydride.
It's true.
That is correct. Christian Methodist. Algae are eukaryotic organisms that have no roots and stems.
True.
That is correct. Accra High. Algae have chlorophyll and other pigments for carrying out photosynthesis. Yes?
Madam, true.
That is correct. So we are at the fourth and last round. I am a 2-digit number.
At this point, the gap between the school in the lead and the school in second place was impossible to bridge. But better to lose honorably than to lose unsatisfactorily, isn't it?
I am the largest of my kind. My first digit is a cube, and my last digit is an identity. Who am I? Please. Tema, Presec.
81.
That is correct. I am an electrical property of matter. I have numerical values that are always positive. I have a wide range of values. For most metals, I decrease at temperature as temperature decreases. Yes, Accra High.
Electrical resistivity.
That is correct. You get 3 points. So we have come to the end of the contest. So at the end of the contest, these are the scores. Tema Presec had 14 points. Christian Methodist had 16 points. Osu Presec had 19 points. And Accra High had 20 points. Winning the contest with 39 points.
Congratulations to St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School. Solid teamwork at play.
You're welcome to the Greater Accra Regional Qualifiers of the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz. And the National Science and Maths Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from Dano Milk and Joy News. And this is a primetime production. My name is Mrs. Gladys Shringa. I'm your quiz mistress. So we start with the first round.
Banata Senior High School in the first round of the contest performed very well, answering most of their major questions correctly and picking bonus questions as well.
X squared minus 5x plus 3 is decreasing.
X is less than -1/3 or x is greater than 5/3.
That is wrong. Ganata.
You have an answer to be -5 on 3 is less than x and x is greater than 1.
That is correct. Ganata, your own question. F of x equals x cubed plus 2x squared plus x plus 4 is decreasing.
We have an answer to me. Minus 1 is less than x. And
Minus
x
1.
is less than x. And x is less than minus 1 on 3.
That is correct. Nungwa, f of x equals x cubed minus 2x squared plus x plus 4 is increasing.
So we have x is less than 1 and x is less than 1 on 3.
That is wrong. Ganata for a bonus.
We have 1 on 3 is greater than x, and x is greater than 1.
That is correct. Forces. Why is chemical equilibrium an example of dynamic equilibrium?
This is because the rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction.
I'll give it to you. That ends our first round.
The second round of the contest, Ganata Senior High School was unrivaled, and just like St. Thomas Aquinas in the first contest, Ganata Senior High School also picked the majority of the speed race questions.
When solid on heating turns into a vapor without, yes, Ganata.
Sublimation.
That is correct. Give one domestic application of sublimation. Ningo. 5 forces. Okay.
It is used as in camphor to drive away the pests.
I'll give to you. Determine the magnitude of the magnetic force on a 3 microcoulomb charge moving perpendicular to a 0.2 Tesla magnetic field at 1 meter per second. Ganata.
0.6 micronewton.
That is correct. What is the power developed by a 400 Newton force whose point of application moves at 20 meters per second in the direction of the force?
We have 8 kilowatts.
That is correct. Valid log base 49 of 343. Yes,
3/2.
that is correct. That ends the second round.
In this round, all the 5 schools performed satisfactorily.
Forces. The optical power of a convex spherical mirror equals the radius of curvature of the mirror.
False.
That is correct. Ganata. The optical power of a convex spherical mirror equals the curvature of the mirror.
False.
That is correct. Ningo. The function y equals 1 over x has no x-intercept. True or false?
True.
That is correct. Forces. The function y equals 1 over x has no y-intercept.
True.
That is correct. Ganata. The function y equals x squared plus 1 has no y-intercept.
It's false.
That is correct. We have come to the end of the third round. The fourth and last round, we have 4 riddles. I am a meeting of minds. I involve common objects in 2 or more sets. For 2 sets, I'm a common subset. Yes, Accra girls.
Intersection.
That is correct. They earn 3 points. If I were a pupil in a basic school, I'll be in class 3. I, like my companions, always carry along 3 pencils, ready to use for my exercises. Luckily, I'm not a pupil, but an element in the periodic table. Yes, Nongwa.
Aluminium.
Wrong. With a melting point of 20.
Even though Ganata Senior High School was in the lead with a huge points margin, they still wanted to garner more points. Oliver Twist? Well, sometimes it's okay to ask for more.
Yes. Wait. So, you first.
Mercury.
Wrong. Forces.
Gallium.
That is correct. So we've come to the end of the contest. At the end of the contest, these are the scores. Ningo Senior High Technical School had 5 points. Nongwa Senior High School had 13 points.
For winning the contest with more than 39 points, Ganata Senior High School earned an extra 500 Ghana cedis on their winning prize of 1,000 Ghana cedis. Congratulations!
Ganata Senior High School won the contest with 48 points.
Ever since their stellar performance at the National Championship in 2018, West Africa Senior High School have become one of the favorites of the Nsmq, and many predicted a win for them in this contest.
With support from Dano Milk and Joy News. And this is a primetime production. My name is Mrs. Gladys Shringa. I'm your quiz mistress. Odogono. 15.0 grams of solid naphthalene are recrystallized twice each time using 200 centimeters cube dichloromethane. On each occasion, only 80.0% of the solid is recovered. What mass of the naphthalene is left after the 2 recrystallizations?
9.6 grams.
I'll give it to you. West Africa. Find the resistance in an RC circuit which contains a 20 microfarad capacitor and has a time constant of 50 milliseconds.
2.5 kilo ohm.
That is correct. A preamble to all schools. Mention the organs of respiration in the following organisms. Frog. Odogono.
The lungs.
I'll give you 1.
He definitely didn't expect that.
Bone. Birds.
The lungs.
That is correct. Ebenezer. Cockroach.
The tracheal system.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. We have come to the end of the round. Round 2 is where we have the speed race.
The second round of the contest was heated, as all the 4 schools raced to answer the speed race questions.
2x plus 1. If the curve passes through the point 1, 3. Was.
Y is equal to x squared plus x plus 1.
That is correct. Name an important greenhouse gas produced. Yes, Ebenezer.
CO2.
That is wrong. Odogono.
CH4. Or methane gas.
You get it. In a volumetric exercise, 20.0 centimeters cube of FeSO4 solution requires 18.0 centimeters cube of 0.0600 mole per decimeter cube of acidified MnO4 minus solution. The balanced equation for the reaction of the titration is as follows. MnO4 minus plus 5Fe2 plus 8H plus results in Mn2 plus plus 5 Fe3 plus 4 H2O. Calculate the concentration of the Fe2 plus solution. Yes, Ebenezer.
0.270 mole per dm cube.
That is correct. The linear momentum of a particle moving along the x-axis is given by P equals the expression 5 kilogram meter per second cube, T squared. Find the force on the particle at T equals 2 seconds. Yes, Ebenezer.
20 newtons.
That is correct. And this brings us to the end of the second round. Odogono would like to make a change. Godfred Awudi will be exchanging with Stefan Asari.
In the third round, all the schools answered most of their questions correctly.
Are found in the walls of internal organs.
It's true.
That is correct. Bone. Involuntary muscles are involved in the movement of body parts and the locomotion of the body.
False. False.
That is correct. A preamble to all schools. An object moves along the x-axis. Ebenezer. Horizontal portions of the velocity time graph of the object correspond to periods the object is at rest. True or false?
False.
That is correct. West Africa. Portions of the velocity time graph of the object with positive gradient correspond to periods the velocity of the object is increasing.
True.
That is correct. Odogono. Horizontal portions of the velocity time graph of the object correspond to periods the object moves with constant acceleration.
False.
That is correct. And we have come to the end of the round.
In the last round, West Africa Senior High School had a field day.
I'm a physical property of solid. I'm a surface property. I determine the emission rate from a thermionic emitter. I set a limit to the wavelength of photons that can eject electrons from a surface. I'm the minimum work required. Yes, was.
Work function.
That is correct. I am a binary relation on the set of triangles. In a way, I'm an equality of triangles. I represent same shape and same size. Yes, was.
Congruence.
That is correct. 3 points. That answer brought us to the end of the contest. At the end of the contest, Bon Community Senior High School had 3 points. Odogono Senior High School had 17 points. Ebenezer Senior High School had 19 points.
Congratulations to West Africa Senior High School.
Won the contest with 36 points. Welcome to the Greater Accra Regional Qualifiers of the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz. This contest features Osudoku Senior High School, Tema Methodist Senior High School. Our third competing school is Ashaman Senior High School. Our fourth, but definitely not last, competing school is O'Reilly Senior High School. My name is Mrs. Gladys Shringa. I'm your quiz mistress. And the National Science and Maths Quiz is sponsored by the Ghana Education Service with support from Dano Milk and Joy News.
Even though only one of the schools dominated the last contest, it was exciting to watch. Right from the onset, the team from Tema Methodist Senior High School exuded a level of confidence that was unequaled.
Electrode potentials. Give the balanced equation and the initial EMF of a cell that can be created from the two half cells. So, alrighty. Yours is A plus slash A. That's plus 0.800 volts. Then B plus slash B, negative 1.00 volts.
The reaction is A plus B going into B plus A, and the initial electrode potential is 1.8 volts.
That is correct. Ashaman, your half cells, A plus slash A, negative 0.900 volts, B plus slash B, negative 0.400 volts.
The cell reaction is A plus B plus, giving us A plus B, and the EMF is 0.5 volts.
That is correct. A preamble to all schools. Solve for x and y if log base y of x equals negative 2 and y equals 8x.
We have y equals 2, s equals 1 over 4.
That is correct. Osudoku. Log base x of y equals negative 2 and y equals 27x.
X equals 2 on 27. And Y?
Wrong for a bonus. Tema Methodist.
S equals 1 over 3 and y equals 9.
That is correct. Alrighty, the melting point of a tin alloy is 410 degrees Fahrenheit. Express the melting point of the alloy on the Celsius scale. Tema Methodist for a bonus.
We have 210 degrees Celsius.
That is correct. We have ended the first round. There is going to be a substitution. Daniel Kwache Mensah will be going out for Sodoki Richard to come in. That's for Riley. So we continue with the second round, which is also known as the speed race. If log x minus 2 log y equals negative 1, express y squared in terms of x. Yes, Tema.
Y squared equals 10x.
That is correct. Find the remainder r when f of x equals x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 is divided by x minus 2.
You guessed right. Tema Methodist Senior High School picked all the speed race questions.
What is the work done on a particle when its kinetic energy changes from 5 joules to 20 joules? Tema.
15 joules.
That is correct. That ends the round. Tema Methodist Senior High wants to make a change. James Addo will be replaced by John Nyaku Arthur.
The third round went quite well for the other three schools as they answered quite a number of their statements correctly.
You tell me whether the statement is true or false. This time I'm starting with Osudoku Senior High School. But there's a preamble to all schools, so let's listen carefully. State whether the following are true or false with respect to cartilages. Osudoku, cartilages lack Haversian canals.
That's true.
That is correct. Alrighty. Cartilages sometimes become bony due to calcification.
It's true.
That is correct. Osudoku, in a primary halide, the carbon bearing the halogen always has 2 hydrogen atoms.
It's false.
That is correct. We have come to the end of the third round. We are starting the fourth round. I was first published in 1871. I was a product of a careful analysis of a chemist preparing some notes for a lecture. The trends were noticeable. The trends gave birth to groups and periods. For the 100 years after, yes, Tema.
Periodic table.
That is correct. 3 points.
And that was how Tema Methodist Senior High School made the highest score in the Greater Accra Regional Qualifiers.
I am an even 3-digit number. My second digit is a square of the first digit. My last digit is a cube. My digits form an increasing exponential sequence. All my digits are even. Who am I? O'Reilly.
248.
That is correct. That brought us to the end of the contest. At the end of the contest, Osudoku Senior High School had 9 points. Ashaman Senior High School had 12 points. O'Reilly Senior High School had 20 points. Tema Methodist Senior High School, congratulations to you.
Congratulations, Tema Methodist Senior High School.
50 points.